Yo, what up, bro? For real, this is another part two on turning magnet strips into powerful hyperbolic vortex devices. Something I forgot to mention in the first video, which is kind of important, is first thing, you can make them basic like this. You're still going to create a torsion field, basic tetrahedron like this, right, where all the corners touch. Or you can also, I think this was pretty genius, create them like this. See? Difference. The difference is the corners. Overlap. So you got this actually kind of like Wilhelm's accumulation chambers, how they kind of work, but for the magneticisms of it. So basically, with this pyramid, with the simple basic pyramid where they don't overlap, you basically have one side negative and one side positive. That's it. But with these actually generate more of a torsion field, more of a vortex energy. This kind of eliminates you needing to use coils and stuff like that. So for people who don't have coils and don't have much resources and stuff like that, this is one way you can actually just switch the design of how you make this to actually act in place, an alternative for those materials and those things. Okay, so this right here would actually be something you would want to put on the top, cap of one of those copper pyramids, or you attach this to the top of your stack when you got it stacked up. This is the torsion generator. These might actually be better as well, they work the same way, but this actually creates more of a tornado effect, more of a twist. You control more power in the turn and all that. These might work faster for chemtrails, and these might work slower for chemtrails. Nonetheless, they still work. They still perform the same functions and still perform the same and create a vortex. But when you freeze these in cups of water and stuff like that, you can actually see the type of vortex they make and create. And since I've been experimenting with overnight and freezing all of them with the water and checking out which ones make what and different things, when you do stuff like this, it actually increases the turn of it, the spin ratio of it and everything. So here's a genius way I thought was pretty cool. And not only that, but when you look at this carefully, you got now, instead of just a negative on one side and positive on the other side, and that's it, you got actually now, like Wilhelm Reich's accumulation chambers, you got negative, positive, negative, going on here. Since the corners overlap and the edges, you got now, see, this one's negative, so you have negative, positive, and then negative, and then positive. So you got 4 going on there, which generates more energy towards the edges, so the bottom. So the energy will come swirling into the bottoms, going in, and goes out. Okay. Like I was saying to you, you could wrap these in foil. Faraday cage and Faraday cage are must. That's a must. That's how things rot and go old in our world, and that's why we age, and that's why things get stale and old and brittle and stuff like that, because they're electromagnetic fields and everything attacking it. So you want to Faraday cage it using foil, like I explained in the first video. Then you can get organite paint that foil, and then put another layer of foil on top again, and repeat that process to make these super strong. And they'll still be tiny little devices that'll be super strong. Like I said, one of these just by itself, just the basic magnet tetrahedron, is as strong as a basic copper pyramid without the upgrades. Well, you could upgrade these as well, or you could integrate them with different things, increasing the strength as well. Okay, so that was that. I also wanted to add that. Okay, so that was that. I missed in the first video. You create these ones, to create more of a torsion, and you put these on the tops of the pyramids. just thought of it today, but I'm gonna actually add these, the cap type ones, to the corners of my copper pyramids and add it down. I can feel how strong it just got right there. Crazy. Now we'll make caps for them. So you put a cap at that end, put a cap at this end, you put a cap at that end, just the cap ones, not the ones that are torsion field generators. Then for the top, you're going to want to put one of these torsion field designs on the top. You know, on the top of the pyramid right here. Just boom. Well, I have a hook in the way, but you know, you just put it at the top, like boom. Like that, you know, just at the top. You know, and then now upgrade these even more than I already have them upgraded. So that's something I just discovered today that I need to do and I need to start doing. Okay. Now, and let's see, is there anything else I wanted to add? Oh yeah, you can also fill them up with Orgonite from the inside to make them even stronger. You fill them up with Orgonite, and then you can do the Orgonite paint on the outside, and then foil, and then Orgonite paint, then foil, and Orgonite paint, then foil, and the more layers you do, the better, the stronger they become. That's how you upgrade one piece to be super strong. And if you do that to all of them, and then you integrate them, so if you upgrade all these and you integrate them together, they become even stronger, and then you integrate them with other pieces, they become even stronger, and you integrate them with living organisms, they become orgon devices that are super powerful, super strong, and super beneficial for living, and super beneficial for resetting and reverting your genetics and the land and the homeostasis back to how it needs to be, and changing the ionosphere. For these things put out negative ions and transduce the positive ions into negative ions, which are beneficial. Whether you're using negative or positives, it doesn't matter. They still will transduce negative ions. So these are ionic chargers as well. And you can ionically charge water with these, and food with them, yourself, and different things. And so anyways, that's that. You know, you can fill them up, you know, paint them with Orgonite paint, and then coat it with foil, then paint it with Orgonite paint again, then coat it with foil, then paint it with Orgonite paint again, coat it with foil. Then you can paint them glow in the dark. The glow in the dark actually brings in more energy. And you can paint it black, you know, when the foil's on the outside. You don't want the foil on the outside, like in accumulation chambers, so that's why you stop at that layer. But then you can paint that foil black, or paint it with Orgonite paint, or whatever, but I will keep the foil side showing, so you can just paint it black. And then the black actually absorbs light, and then you paint the black foil. When you paint these at the end, when it's looking like black foil, you paint it again or with the glow in the dark paint, and it actually makes more light go into these things. And I'll show you an example of what I mean. And why I paint most of my Orgonite glow in the dark. Okay. Alright, anyways, I couldn't find the glow in the dark one, but anyway, here's one, I guess. I'm using the UV ray light here so I can actually get it to glow in the dark way faster. But it's basically going to absorb light energy way more faster and efficient, causing you to gain more out of your scalar and hydraulic devices, your organ devices, or whatever. I don't know if you can see, I can't tell what I'm doing with this stupid camera, but see glow in the dark. You see the green show up. With the ultraviolet light, it actually make the glow in the dark pop out in the light for a limited time. See? So that's why I paint mine glow in the dark at the end. I usually like to paint them black, or black overnight paint, because black absorbs even more light, so black and then glow in the dark is like double whammy. So I usually do that. But, you know, that's another technique and tip you can use to actually make little tiny scalar device, or little tiny hyperbolic vortex devices into super overnight and super vortex devices. And that's just a little. Someone's mom told me that one time. She thought these were fun for kids and such. And she's like, "Oh, aren't you painting them glow in the dark?" And I was like, "Oh my god, you are a genius!" You know. So that was that. I even paint some crystals and stuff like that, just glow in the dark and just set them outside. You know. So I even paint crystals and stuff like that, like organite paint, and then glow in the dark over it like that, and those super strong organite. And then you can put them in a Faraday cage type thing, like I have here, like a organite, like a Faraday cage kind of like sphere, you know. And there's crystals in there, and these are interchangeable. You can always take out the crystals and put in new ones. So yeah, anyways. I wanted to give a little insight to, I'll just make another video. So anyways, that's that for the, magnetic pyramid thing. So anyways, thanks guys for watching. Thanks if you're interested. Those of you that need help or want to try these things, hit me up. Feel free to contact me and ask me any questions. I don't mind answering and talking to anybody and revealing this information to you and teaching you this stuff. It's good to know. Better than that we all know it rather than some know it. And more power to you in your life and your world, and I'm just here to help masters your life. That's what we do. So the Awakening Movement, kicking out. This is me, Steve, aka Skater One, trying to tell you that living a pure life isn't really that far away. It isn't really hard at all. And a lot of this stuff online about overnight having to be sold for super amounts of money and these false realizations of what they do. They don't turn all positive energy into negative energy. That's a lie. That's not how they work. If that was true, then you would be able to get a leaf above them and let them burn, you wouldn't burn, or you'd be able to not get hurt, or you wouldn't bleed when you get hurt if you have any on you. If they turn all positive energy, and if you turn all negative energy into positive energy, then those things wouldn't be able to happen. You know what I mean? If something negative like you getting hurt or a leaf burning and disintegrating, then that's something negative, and that wouldn't be able to happen if these did turn everything that was negative into positive, which they don't. So, but they do help. What they do is they change the ions in the air to negative ions, which are better for you, and positive ions causes leukemia, cancer, stamina, your fatigue, dizziness, headaches, migraine, almost everything you could think of. So the longer we sit in these fields that we have just already in our houses the way they are, the more they degrade our genetics, like I was talking about the sprouts and babies. We come into this world with perfect genetics, but then over time these things on our technology and these electromagnetic fields and stuff like that start to wear us down and break us down. And it's not even that wears us down, it's that wears down the genetics that allows microorganisms, microbes, and parasites and bacteria to then get us sick and then tear us down and then kill us and so on and whatever. So that's just like an extreme, in a nutshell, version of what's really going on in the world today. Like trying to explain it to somebody who doesn't know any of this. So basically that's what's going on. That's what these devices do, and that's how they work. So when you ever have them around, you might feel like, oh, they do nothing because they're subtle energy devices. They don't work right away. They do kind of work right away for the chemtrails, however, like almost instantly. But anyways, for creating, miracles and stuff like that. They will, and it's better when one believes that, and the creator who created them believes that. So the attention's set. But when you buy these from people who are just trying to sell you them for money, and they say they're miracle healing, they say they're this and that. Well, they create them with a false inception, and with that false inception, that intention is set to greed, one of the worst intentions of all, one of the worst, emotions and intentions of all, greed. Then when you buy these things from those people, and you have the intention of them doing beneficial things for you, and they had the intention of just selling the shit and getting rid of it, and making them that way, then the your energy, then basically the intentions don't work because they're not really meshing and clicking. Like I said, you need a positive and a positive to bring out more positive. You need negative and negative to bring out more of a negative. You know what I mean? What's a negative plus a positive? It's still a negative. So basically, if you had a positive, intention for these things, you bought it from someone thinking that, and they had a negative intention on it, trying to sell it, then the outcome's negative, and they don't really work as well. So it diminishes the products, or that diminishes their actual, functions and their actual abilities. And that's why I'm getting really upset that a lot of people online are trying to like push this and make money off this and different things. It's not for that. It's not for that. You know what I mean? If they're genuine and true, yeah, there's people out there who are true and genuine and make organized. I'm not saying everyone out in the internet community is, bogus and fake. There's a lot of people who do make very strong, good devices, and a lot of the stuff I did learn from these YouTube videos and from these people, but there's a lot of misguided use, and there's a lot of copycats, just like Carl Hahn's video explains how he didn't, that's why he didn't coin and patent the name Organite. He knew that people were going to show up at his door threatening him and stuff like that, so when he didn't patent it, he knew that this was going to happen. He knew that copycats and fakers and liars and people were going to misconstrue and take his work, and it's just like how they did with Wilhelm Reich. So, I mean, the information, the knowledge, and the theories and all that, and the science that people want to know about these things is all true. It's kind of lost. So when people say prove it and show me that stuff, it's kind of hard to do that. But just know it's been proven and it's been done. But a lot of stuff's been destroyed, and those people have been killed, or those people aren't here no more. And the people who still do know the stuff, the people who still worked with Wilhelm Reich right by his side, who are still alive, or are still from his communities and his camps and his ranches and stuff like that, and his disciples and pupils and his people he's healed, the people he's told secrets to, they're still alive, and those people are still working hard to push this stuff, but they have to stay low key. I mean, they killed Wilhelm Reich in my eyes. And they turned him almost into a traitor, and they manipulated everything. They burned all this stuff publicly. I mean, they made a mockery of this dude, and at first he was like a scientific medical hero. Everybody was thanking him, like everybody was becoming almost like a big known name. This was only in the 1900s, 1950s, so this wasn't that long ago. So to be honest, when people make fun of me or think I'm kind of crazy for, messing around with stupid magnets and stupid little things, stupid little pyramids and this and that, they think that I'm trying to change the weather, stupid and this and that, and I'm trying to heal myself with stupid little toys and shit like that, wasting time. Well, they're wrong, you know what I mean? And they need to wake up and understand that this world does have magic in it, real magic, not just electricity, not just magneticism, but has actual real magi, real magic, and that's what all this forbidden knowledge really ties down to. Earth bioenergy, biomagic, mana, the secret manna of heaven. It's in here, it's in here, it's in here, and it's everywhere. And we're always connected to it. But it's up to you and how you think about it and how you perceive it and how you accept it that dissonance you or resonates you to it back again. See, anytime you can be connected to the source or disconnect from it, that's on you to believe, and that's you to turn that switch on. That's it. It only takes like a second or a thought to change one person's whole perception and to turn their whole universe and their mind upside down. One sentence and one word can actually change a whole person's meaning of life and a whole person's understanding to life. And that's what we're dealing with here, is basically this forbidden knowledge. It is now resurfacing thanks to the golden age and thanks to the mystics in control of the world that are presenting this to everybody, and the indigos and the light workers. I'm a light worker myself, and the ascended masters and all that. They're here to help, and they resurfaced this for a reason, and now it's becoming mass. Organized already had like a mass movement, a global movement. It's already been a global movement. That's why they're catching on, and they're starting to figure out who. That's why the helicopter will be coming over when we make this shit. They're trying to figure out and pinpoint what we're doing, and they're trying to figure out our techniques and trying to figure out so they can revert it back, so they can turn it off. That's what I'm saying. Nest your shit, Faraday cage it, throw it in the ground, Faraday cage it. You know what I mean? Over and over and over. That's what I'm telling you, how to upgrade these and how to like integrate them with plants and hide them and shit like that. Because the more you leave pyramids out on your field, just in your open yard, the easier you're gonna be able to just turn them off and detect them and revert them. You know, and then everything comes back into your life that's bad. So that's all I wanted to present with that. The next video we'll talk more about how to make simple cam busters and the styles and things you can do to make those. So until next time, catch you later. Love life, enjoy it. It's awesome being here. It's wonderful. Health Masters Master Life. There's been a post service announcement. Steve Oscar 1 signing out. Telling you to next time. Peace, love, and light.